Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anatomy and Physiology 2. My name is Dr. Williams, and I'm going to be your instructor for the second 5 weeks. So, some of you may have been in my first 5-week summer course just a week or so ago. Welcome back if you were there in Anatomy 1. To all my new students who didn't have me maybe in the first 5 weeks, welcome to the course. I'm going to help you kind of navigate through here. It is a 5-week online course, so it does move very, very quickly. Lots of work due at one time, so just make sure that we're staying on schedule. But if you have any questions, obviously reach out to me. I'm here to help. So what you see in front of you is just the entrance to our course. One thing I like to mention here is this is a optional honors course. If you would like to receive honors credit for this class, you can complete an honors project. It's completely optional, and that all that information is found down below, which I'll mention again in just a minute. So if you come into our course, you'll see we have this top navigation bar that has all these different things. We're kind of run through some of it. Content, that's where all of our course material is going to be. So if you're on this button here, you're going to see all the stuff for the entire 5-week term. You will see it's organized into modules. We have a orientation module. Module 1 happened at the same time, although the orientation is due earlier than that. So we got to make sure we'll talk about how to complete that orientation here in just a second. Then you'll see that there are 4 modules and then a final exam. And then down below is just the optional honors project I mentioned before. So all of our materials are located within each of these modules. I'm going to click the Start Here area first so that you can see how to get started in the course. You'll see a way to navigate through just the overview of the class, tasks that need to be completed. This is extremely important, so I'm just going to highlight it really quick so you can see it. There are 11 tasks. 3 of them are graded, and all of these count as attendance. So the biggest, most important one to think of right now is task number 4, the course entry quiz. It must be completed by 7/8. So our class starts Monday. By Wednesday, if you have not had this, do not have this completed by 11:59 p.m., the college will remove you from the course, and that one can't be undone. So make sure you do that. And then, of course, there's also introduction, discussion, and orientation quiz. As you kind of go through, you'll see there's the syllabus. I have it, not only can you link to it, I have it embedded here for you and your ability to download that. I also have a course schedule posted for you. You will see that there. And then a little bit of information about me and my office hours and things like that. Then there's the course entry quiz. You cannot see anything else in this course until you take that course entry quiz task number 4. Once task number 4 is completed, the rest of the course will open up to you. So make sure you're coming in and completing that orientation as soon as the course opens. So now let's dive in a little bit to the different modules. So again, there are 4 modules plus a final exam. All the modules are structured very similarly. So you can see it always starts with your summary and objectives, kind of giving you that information you might need to know to get you started. Learning outcomes are listed here. These are really good things to study by. You always will have a task and to-do list. You'll see that located here. And then all the learning materials. So for Module 1, we have chapters 18, 19, and 20. And so there's notes, there's lectures, there's study guide things, there's the recording, and then there's the link to the textbook. So lots of different materials. Also, each module will have a case study, 1 or more labs and or practical, homework, and quiz. So all of the modules are set up very similarly to one another. So what you can see here when we dive into the endocrine and lymphatic systems, you'll see it's all set up the same way. So anything you need in the course, of course, make sure to click there. Another important area in the course is the announcements. The announcements are really important because I will update any information located there. that maybe I'm at a conference or something and I'm going to be slower at responding to my emails and so on, that's where you're going to find that information. Or for some reason it's taking me longer to grade something, I can post an announcement and say, hey, I'm looking through these. Check back in the next 24 hours or something like that. So announcements are really, really important for us. And then another thing that I do want to point out is this message tab. So on the message tab, obviously there's no messages in here, but when you click a new message, you can email me. So you could email anybody in the course, all the students, or you could email me as the instructor. This is my preferred method of contact for the course. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people want to send me email, which is fine, but sometimes the email gets stuck in spam and I never see it. And I never want a student to think I'm ignoring them just because I couldn't access it. So if you come into Blackboard and do Blackboard message, it will get to me. I tend to be a really quick responder, so you will hear from me in a pretty short period of time. And if you don't, go ahead and just reach out again. I may not have gotten it or something. If you have email, it would be my second preferred. So if you're having trouble getting into Blackboard, or you have, something that you need to tell me very quickly or something like that, then you can use my email, but that's my second preferred. I would prefer through the Blackboard messages so nothing gets lost. So that's just a little bit about the course messages. You will see that there is a grade book. I'm just going to enter student preview really quick so that you can see what it looks like. And I don't think it'll let me see anything in the grade book because I have it locked. But if you hit your grade book, you'll come here, you'll see all the different assignments. I only have 3 listed here because I haven't taken that course entry quiz here, and the rest of the course hasn't opened up to me. But this is where you can find your grades and how to keep up with your grades that you've earned in the course. So I'm just jumping back really quick. You can see each of the modules listed there. If you need to reach out to me, again, Blackboard messages is preferred. My office hours are listed in the orientation module, and you can find any information to reach out to me there. If you need a Zoom link, contact me ahead of time. And one thing I will say is I'm pretty quick at responding to things. So I ask for 24 hours, excluding weekends and holidays. I try to check my email many, many times throughout the day, so it's usually faster than that. But if you haven't heard back from me in 24 hours, please reach back out to me again, because I did not mean for that to happen. Now, on the weekend, you will still hear from me if you ask questions and things like that, but I'm generally not available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I said, I will check my email messages and things like that, but just not as much and as frequently as I do throughout the week. And then also, I always ask students to give me a week before after the due date in order for me to grade. I'm usually, again, much faster than that, but just kind of wanted to point that out. So that's sort of the layout of the course. You can see that if you have any questions, all that information about me is found in the Start Here area. And then, of course, any content that you need will be found down in these areas. If you have any questions, please reach out. I think we're going to have a great 5 weeks, but have a wonderful start to the class.